What is up, boys and girls and whatever the fuck else in between? It is Saturday. It is fucking fight day. So that means it is another pregame. You are listening to Just My 2 Cents. I've got my co-host with me, as always, Moiz Audio. We have a special edition of this stream. I'm going to do just a little bit of housekeeping, and then I will let Moiz take it from there. But hope y'all are doing good, man. I hope you had a good week. Hope you're having a good weekend. It's August 24th. This fucking year is flying by, dude. But we got another week of fights. It's another Vegas card, but I actually don't think it's too bad. I've kind of just, I've gotten numb to the quality of the cards, and it just is what it is. And I think there's some fun fights or fun matchups on paper here. But yeah. So this past week, the last event I had, I did okay. It was UFC 305. My picks were just so-so. I didn't lose. Drika saved the day for me, so I broke even basically for UFC 305. But I got smoked again in Contender Series, dude. So, I'm not betting a lot on these. They're like little half-unit slates every week, but I am getting my ass whooped on Dana White's Contender Series. So I'm hoping I can break that streak. But technically, my little winning streak with UFC events has not been broken because I didn't fucking lose. So I'm still sitting at 63.3% on Tapology. You can definitely do worse. And I'm still up on the year. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That is where I'm standing right now. I'm not a third-party tracked like bet MMA tips like Pro, Capper. I just track my shit on my channel for fun. But I am up this year again. So that's what's up. I need to put in my Tapology picks, actually. And I also need to put in my picks for the PSR Pub Sports Radio weekly UFC contest. Sign up for that if you haven't already. It's basically a free roll if you put in Tapology picks. It's super easy to sign up for. Jeff Slaughter, if you win, he will give you $100. I promise you. I've won it 3 times. I'm looking to win it again. So I need to put in my picks for that contest. Also on Tapology, I need to do that. So reminder for anyone else that hasn't done it. I did watch the weigh-ins. I'm not going to spend too much time with that. But I do just want to say real quick that shout out to the fucking dome, man. First and foremost, shout outs real quick. Shout out to the new dome. My co-host is one of the originals. Subscribe to Aaron the Dog MMA on YouTube if you haven't already. Check out his UFC Wednesday night breakdown show every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. You can find Aaron the Dog, yours truly, a rotating cast of characters. Lucky Locks has been a regular for some time now. I'm very happy about that. But this past week was an awesome episode. Check it out. Give my dude a subscription and a follow and all that stuff. Also, check out the Locker Room Talk podcast, boys. That is every Wednesday night on YouTube, on Pub Sports Radio, 11 p.m. every Tuesday night. Another great episode. So shout out to Big Show, Mills, Billy, Joey, all the boys. Shout out to the whole fucking pub, man. So it was another great episode of the Locker Room Talk podcast. I made another parlay with the boys. We have another core. I will unveil that as we go through the card. But I believe that is all the shout outs and channel news and housekeeping and all for right now. So, like I said, shout out to the 10 people in the building, man. God, getting live early. I like to see that, man. Great to see y'all, boys. Smash the like button if you haven't already. This is a special episode of this show of the pregame. Uh, so I will go ahead and kick it over to my co-host Moiz Audio. Thank you as always for joining me on these pregames, and I will just follow your lead, Bubba. What's going on, man?
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me on. And shout out to
Mm-hmm.
Gibbs. He's in the chat. General Alex, Joe. And
You're in the chat too. That's crazy.
yeah. And
What
welcome
up,
to the
General? Joey. What's
Gibbs.
up, Gibbs? Appreciate it, dude. Great to see you.
Welcome to the worst betting show
Yep.
on the YouTube. If you tracked our bets, you have lost 69 units.
Yeah, if you want to die penniless, you came to the right place, boys.
No, man. This week we had two classic, one of the greatest rock albums released. Jane's Addiction, greatest band ever, at least for my generation. So, 23rd of August, 1988, Nothing Shocking was released. Perry Farrell, Dave Navarro, Stephen Perkins, and Eric Avery. That's the guys from Jane's Addiction. So, what's your earliest memory of Jane's Addiction?
So my earliest memory of Jane's Addiction was seeing the Ben Caught Stealing video on
Yeah,
MTV. You
yeah.
know, that was like a lot of '90s kids. I started out with the other like more popular bands of that era, like Nirvana and Green Day was pretty popular around that too. So I started with stuff like that. But yeah, that was probably my first Jane's Addiction memory. And that's the album after
I
that, of course.
think for me it was MTV Music Awards. Perry's girlfriend that time, Casey Nicole, accepted the prize for best video, and the whole acceptance speech was very weird. I'm like, who are these people? So, and I saw the Bean Caught Stealing video, and I was a fan. So
Hell yeah.
we're talking about 1991.
Yep. Um, so yeah, double dose. Because yeah, both of their first two albums were released this past week, about over 30 years ago in the late '80s and early '90s, respectively. Um, but yeah, man. Nothing Shocking was their first album, right?
Yep. They had an EP released, basically a live album with overdubs. And then they were signed to a major label, Warner Brothers. And then the recording of Nothing Shocking started. So,
Nice. And for
so
anybody watching that's new to this, man, this is not a bait and switch. This is not a troll. Moi's Audio is actually a music industry professional. He's worked with several artists that you may or may not know. I definitely know some of them and was very taken aback by that. But yeah, Moiz is the real deal when it comes to the music industry and just like audio, being an audiophile in general. So yeah, this is something we do every week or try to is if there's a great album that's been released, we kind of touch on it and give our thoughts and feelings on the album or whatever. And so this is just what we kind of do to get warmed up usually, and then we'll launch into the card here in a minute. So yeah, for anybody just tuning in, like what the fuck is this? They're talking about like music and shit. Yeah, that's what we do. It's just a unique perspective that Moiz can bring to the channel, and I appreciate it, man. So yeah, we're talking Jane's Addiction, man. So this is my first time like listening to Nothing Shocking, like all the way through. Like I had heard Jane Says obviously on the radio before, but yeah, man, I was pretty fucking impressed, man. Like for 1988, it's an album that I thought was very like ahead of its time.
yeah, they re-listen through some expensive equipment I have here. So the first thing I noted was that the sound stage, it's pretty wide. The stereo image is pretty wide. So compared to like other rock songs and rock albums in that era, which is very flat and compact. Uh,
Hmm.
um, some of the songs, the bass is panned only at one channel, and for me, I think it's because the drums are mixed very high in order to make room for the other elements. They had to, widen the image, so it sounds very big, very huge. The songs are great.
Not to cut you off, but I'm glad you brought that up because I did kind of notice there was a kind of quality about both of them. They
Yeah,
almost some of the songs almost sound like they're in a stadium playing live, like
yeah,
the kind of quality they have to them. So that's interesting that you brought that point up.
yeah. I think it's because how the drums are mixed. Because it's loud. It's a lot of elements to the drumming. It's not just a snare and a hi hat and beat. It's very rhythmic and tribal drumming.
Yeah, there was a lot of good use of the bell of the ride
Yeah,
on a couple of the songs I liked. That he was jamming on that bell, dude, in some of the drum parts, and I like that. Daddy's a sucker for that fucking old ride bell. The edge of the ride is nice too, and the surface, of course, is what most people play on most of the time. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there.
what's unique is that songs are based on on melodies, especially bass. Starts from a bass melody like Mountain Song and
Yeah,
Summertime Rolls. Jane Says.
yeah,
They're
dude, Mountain Song
all
fucking
they're
rocks.
all actually bass lines, songs created by or started by Eric Avery. So
Nice. Well, I did these are my five favorite songs off Nothing Shocking, and I ranked them. I listened to it, so I was actually in line, dude. I had to fucking people. This is like just first world fucking white people problems, but like I ran out of grams for my medical card, so I had to get in the rec line at the dispensary. So I was in the line for a long fucking time. I was in the line at the dispensary for over an hour. Is the point I'm making, and so I had time to listen to this album and think about it, and it just fucking rocked, man. I was all fucking stoned, and these are my five favorite tracks off Nothing Shocking in order for me, and surprisingly, like a couple of the first few songs were like some of my favorites, and like the opening track is my personal favorite out of all of them after the full listen.
yeah, which one did you like?
Up the Beach was my favorite song. My top five is from 5 to 1 is Ocean Size, Jane Says, Had a Dad. That song is a fucking rip snorting kick ass rock song. Mountain Song is awesome. Like that was one of the singles off the album. That's a really good song. And I don't know, man. There's something about Up the Beach, that opening track. It's like it's got this trippy, like dreamlike quality to it, and I really like the Perry Farrell's like singing and like ooh and eyeing, and like the guitars are really nice, and I like that song a lot.
Do you think it sounds kind of like The Cure? Early '80s Cure.
I mean, yeah, I can see some similarities. It's like what they came out like what 1988.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Ocean Size, incredible. I used to blast that on my headphones when while working out. It's high energetic, really great song to listen to when you're trying to force some weights in the gym,
Hell yeah,
get some energy getting on. So
yeah, man.
other summertime rolls, easy bass line, everybody can play it. You know, and mountain song, of course. You know, again, a bass line everybody can play. If you listen to the notes, you can play it.
Yeah, Mountain Song is a very a pretty catchy song.
Yeah, it's great, great, great. Um, you know,
So yeah, man, that's
Jane Says,
everybody knows that
great.
one. That's one of their more popular songs,
Yeah,
one of their radio hits, I would say.
Like great, just great topics, great song based on their lives, and
Yeah, man. It's a very that's a very like it's funny for like as trippy and kind of out there and psychedelic as some of Jane's Addiction song sounds. That's one of the most like down to earth and real, honest, like reliable narrator. Like it's some real shit you can tell he's talking about, and it's the lyrics are very powerful and it's catchy too. It's a good song.
and Pigs in Zen actually was two songs in one. Porno for
Dude,
Pyros,
that
Porno for
almost made my top five. That it was between that and Ocean Size, and that just
yeah.
ended up.
But if you listen to Blood Rag by Porno for Pyros, you'll hear it's a variation of Pigs in Zen. So
Okay, little
yeah,
little little nod to his the former band.
yeah.
So that was their first album. Their second album, I loved that second album, and I liked them both, but I really fucking liked Ritual de la Habitual, which came out in what 1990.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, great cover art by Casey Nicole. Epic.
Yeah, I had to get creative so I don't get fucking like flagged or something. I had to try and cover as much
Yeah.
fucking pubic hair and titties as I could.
The chick in the middle is Ziola. Then she did. It's about her. Track number 7. Little cleaner production this time around. But the
Yeah,
best songs, obviously, the best songs were saved for this album.
yeah. This is I would say this one's a little bit more. I mean, there's some prog rock shit in this, but I would say this one's a little bit more easily digestible. This one is a little bit more alternative rocky, I would say. If that's fair, I don't know. It kind of sounded a little bit more to me like not like the other out bands, but it fit a little bit more into the 90s alternative kind of sound to me.
Yeah, more percussive drumming. If you think about
Yeah.
it.
It has my favorite Jane's Addiction song on it.
You mean Being Caught Stealing or what?
No, dude, Stop is my favorite Jane's Addiction
Yeah,
song.
Stop is great. Yeah,
Dude, that song kicks fucking ass. I love it. That's my favorite one to like jam out to if I'm driving. Like that's a great song to like drive to or like work out to, run or something. It's another rip snorter.
Ain't No Right for me.
Dude, that was a close second, man. So this was my top 3, man. Ain't No Right is a great fucking
Yeah,
song.
again, great bass line. You don't have to be very technical with your bass. If you have a great melody, people will remember that.
Moiz, I love that part of the song. Maybe you can tell me a little bit more. It's like they play it several times, but it's like the breakdown. They play it like before every. It's like the end of the chorus, like right before they go into every verse. But then they play it to like separate the parts of the song. You know what I'm talking about? Oh fuck. I'm pretty sure it's on Ain't No Right, and I just love the way it sounds, man. It's really really catchy.
Yeah, it's mostly aggressive bass.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Clown Show? Talking a little Jane's Addiction before we get into the card. Getting warmed up.
But then you have masterpieces like 3 Days, which consists of 4 parts. Then she did. Then she died. Epic song, one of the greatest songs I've heard. And again, ballad. Classic girl about Casey Nicole.
Yeah, that was a great ending track, man. That was a nice little send off there.
Yeah, great melodies. I miss great melodies. I don't usually hear them anymore. So
yeah, the 90s squeezed out a lot of the best like rock and roll music that was left in the world, man. It's like like even the 2000s, it was just like a shadow of its former self, man. And it's all but gone, honestly, to me.
but there's more If you listen to the guitar, there's more overdubs this time around as well. So
Yeah, man. So I did. This is again like another album that's ahead of its time. Came out in 1990, and like so my people that have you know been subscribed to this channel and followed me for a while. Like 311 is my favorite band, but 311, one of their influences, they're on record with saying Jane's Addiction is like one of their early influences, along with a bunch of other bands. But like Jane's Addiction was like they were definitely ahead of their time, and they're one of those like they're kind of like your favorite rock band's favorite rock band. You know what I'm saying? Like they're your favorite like alternative bands. Favorite alternative band.
it's one of the few albums you can, listen to from start to finish without interrupting.
Yeah, because it's not one of those where it's like it all sounds the same. Every song almost sounds a little bit different, but they still kind of keep their. You can still tell it's Jane's Addiction. Obviously, like Perry Farrell's voice is fucking unmistakable. But yeah, I had a dude, good shit, man. I can see why they're like one of your favorite bands. Like I had a really good time listening to both of these.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. They're
the
still around though. Original lineup is still touring, so
dude, yeah, they started Lollapalooza. They're still fucking like tour and festival beasts. Fucking A.
yeah. So who knows? Maybe I'll see them if they come around. Despite Perry's voice is shot. It's
Yeah.
looking back when I was young, I was so such a big fan of Perry Farrell. So
Yeah, they're kind of like fucking alternative rock pioneers for real.
yeah. So I would get a lot of bootlegs from, I was part of a trading community, so would listen to
Nice.
a lot of concerts, and I would, remember all the words and all the stupid utterings he
Hell
was
yeah.
doing, in high drug or dosage euphoria. So
Dude, I mean, like that was another thing I was going to mention before we move on. Like, it's one of those, it seems like one of those bands. Like, I'm not Mr. fucking psychedelic drug usage. Like, I do some day tripping every now and then. I like my boomers. But like, I don't even like, I've never tripped acid before. So I'm not Mr. like fucking, you know what I mean? But you can just kind of tell, like, Jane's Addiction probably goes really fucking well with tripping, dude. I can just tell. Like I could fucking eat some fucking mushrooms and do some day tripping to Jane's Addiction and probably have a fucking ball. Like I'm sure if you fucking dosed up on acid, Jane's Addiction probably sounds fucking insane in a good way.
yeah, both albums, heavy heroin use.
Yeah.
That's why
Typical.
That's what one of my best friends, who was a mixing engineer, said. The best songs are written by bands who are on heroin.
Yeah.
Once they stop taking it, you usually fall off a cliff. So
I mean, and there's like a lot of examples,
yeah,
especially in the '90s, dude. A lot.
yeah,
But yeah, man. It was good shit, dude. Two great fucking listens, and yeah, good stuff. Moiz fucking does it again, man. Another no, some with some great musical recommendations.
yeah. Too bad young people don't have that, music anymore. But it is what it is. You gonna drop the link to the dome or what? Maybe you can
Yeah,
get
yeah.
tips in
So
there.
golly, Moiz, and just immediately like out of fucking carefree music mode and
Yeah,
into
yeah,
guy just fucking guy straight to business. God bless America.
straight to business.
All right, you fucker. Let me drop some links and
Let
we can start talking about this fight card, man. Shout out to the 8 people in the build. Like I said, this is not a bait and switch. We talk about this. This was a double feature though.
Yeah,
So,
I can't just talk about what every other Kappas talk about. So
dude, I tried to make it one album and Moyes just wasn't having it, and I got sick of fighting him about it. And I was like, he's just gonna fucking bitch about it the whole time if I don't have both of them. So I was just like, you fuck it, man. So there you go. But no, it was worth it, dude. They were two great listens, and I highly recommend them. Okay. Enough of my yapping for now. Let me fucking drop these links. We got a UFC Vegas 96, Moiz. We got a fucking
Yeah,
fight card.
yeah. But let's see if there are many finishes this time around. So I hope so. But
I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's why your boy don't be throwing darts no more. Well, I'm kind of fucking shitty at it, but that's another reason I don't be throwing darts no more. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Dome link is dropped it. There you are. There's a damn link right there. And the Hawk Tua now going by something else. In case anybody wants in there. Paste. Copy paste. Moiz, while we're waiting here, what fight are you most excited about off the rip?
the second fight, Nathan Fletcher versus Ramaska.
Ramaska?
Yeah,
What is he, like Lithuanian or something?
Lithuanian. All Lithuanians fight the same. Like,
Oh my god, dude.
have you
Dude.
noticed that? Stinkerenko, Naglis. You know Naglis from Cage Warriors.
Is
Ramaska.
Rose the exception?
Rose is more like Ernesta Kakakais or whatever her name is.
God. All right. Well, I got a someone joining me making their debut on the channel, so let me go ahead and get all my shit right. Let me actually be a fucking cordial host here. Get my fucking ducks in a row.
I fell into sea.
All right.
Well, okay.
Making his debut on the channel. You know him from the Dome. I am proud to welcome
The Dome.
the man known to most of us as Sports Fanatic Gibbs. Welcome to the channel, my dude. How are you?
You're live.
Gibbs.
Gibbs.
Can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
If you can hear, can you hear it? Can you hear me? Gibbs, if you can hear me, I can't hear you.
Yeah, it's weird. I can hear you guys.
Okay, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, sorry, boys. To answer your question, I am doing great tonight, man. People been sleeping on this card. I think this card's gonna be a low key banger. The cards they sleep on, most of the time they be the good ones, man. So I'm happy to break it down with you guys. The Dome, and I appreciate the introduction, brother.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for being here. And dude, yeah, I was saying that like when this started, like I think this is like, dude, I'm kind of like jaded with the Apex cards and like kind of the cards in general. So it's like this isn't any worse to me than a lot of the other ones. And like I'm kind of excited about this one. I think there's gonna be some good fights and shit. And we're gonna go through this whole fucking card real quick. Yeah, man, we'll go around the horn and y'all can give me your picks, your thoughts, any bets you have, and yeah, man, we'll just pregame here and get hyped for the fights.
Let's go.
I'm so happy Gibbs is here because a couple of months ago I found CJ's channel and Gibbs was there. I'm like, oh my god, these guys, they're hilarious. They're funny. So I'm very glad that Gibbs came to Twitter and he could join the Dome. You had the
Hell yeah.
famous Christian Duncan breakdown. So
Let's do it. Let's roll.
Okay, so we got one more barrage joining us here. What's up, Joey? I see you.
What's up, fellas?
What is up, my dude?
Money to be made today.
Yes, there is, man. How you feeling about this card?
Oh shit, I have to mute myself. I pulled a TC. I'm actually pretty confident with this card. I think we might see some sneaky finishes in some fights, and like I said, money needs to be made. I'm gonna have my props ready. I'm gonna have my money line parlays ready, and as I believe Moiz said, I'm actually pretty excited for the second fight.
Great. You have great taste in fights.
But I'm
Well,
also gonna be on when we get to that breakdown. I'll break that fight where I'll pick.
Well, shit. We got a panel here. We got a solid fucking panel. So let's roll through this motherfucker. Like I said, shout out to my dude Big Show for making all these overlays, these prelim builders. I will do my one. I will do my one little bit of shilling here. No one on panel is. Like I said, I make the disclaimer. I don't speak for anyone but myself on this channel. But I'll do my one little bit of shilling here before we get started. As you can see, this is a MyBookie prelim builder. If you do happen to use MyBookie, use promo code PubSports. They will bet match you 50% up to 1,000, 100% up to 1,000 in Bitcoin. But yeah, man, this is these are the prelims right here, your first 5. So we will just we'll go from the bottom to the top. And I guess we'll just go in order that everyone grabbed the link. So y'all talking about the second fight. The first fight is Kong Wang and Victoria Leonardo. Dude,
Everybody have fun tonight.
Yeah, everybody seems to be Wang Kong in.
tonight.
I am. I'll just tell y'all right off the bat, I am fuck. I could not be happier to pass here. I want nothing to do with this. The pick is Kong Wang. I think she knocks out Victoria Leonardo, but if Leonardo was to somehow upset her, it's not going to fucking burn my parlay because I ain't going to have shit to do with it. But Moiz, what do you think about this just banger of a curtain jerker?
Well, I'll be following Wang Kong tonight a couple of years, so it's obviously a reason why she's getting my homegirl Leonardo Victoria. She's married to a cop and a dumbass cop. Black Lives Matter and all that stuff. If you know the story, you know the story. But I think the finish will come in round 2. I don't think Wang Kong is that type of person who goes balls to the walls in round 1. She'll, pick her shots and make her reads and get the distance. I mean, what's Victoria gonna do? Clinch up? Good luck. Shevchenko couldn't do that. So round 2, KO, Wang Kong. Let's have fun tonight. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I don't want to give anything away, Gibbs, but with a profile picture. But what do you think about this one, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, and a debut with Leonardo. I'm just thinking that the UFC wants a big finish from the Asian fighter. She's pretty aggressive, but like Moy said, that she does take her time now that she's going to be in the UFC. Leonardo, she's faced the tougher competition 100%. I will give the Leonardo backers that, but she's just been on the back burner. She's just been on the shelf, so not gonna suit her well. Going against in this matchup, it's gonna be an easy night for Wang, and yeah, let's have fun tonight, baby.
Hell yeah. What do you think, Joey?
So I know this is a women's fight. I'm sorry. I don't care how big or your debut is or how bad ideally Leonardo is. I'm sorry. Your debut should never be no minus 1,000 because anything could happen in a fight. It really could. But I think this is almost like a setup fight for Kong Wang. And if I do play anything, and I might sprinkle her round 1 KO, but parlays wise, I don't want to be the person that has a minus 1,200 person in my parlay and it ruins. So straight bet, maybe Kong Wang round 1 knockout, but there's a good chance I'm probably going to stay off the fight.
Right, because it's almost like if you're sticking Kong Wang in a parlay at that number, you're doing it just as like a flex. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm that confident that she's going to smoke her. And like, so yeah, it's like, yeah, if you're going to play Kong Wang, like I probably like a proper, like if you got in earlier, I'm sure the line wasn't quite as crazy. But
somebody said, the line was hella low when he first came out. I heard, but I forget how low it was.
Yeah.
Kong opened at plus 168.
What? Oh, whoever got that, God bless.
God damn. That's insane, dude. Because, like, Victoria is not a good striker, and that just seems like what Conway is best at.
The only way Leonardo wins this fight, she better clinch and hope that she just holds her.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but she can't even do that because Wang is very, very dangerous in the clinch as well. So.
Oh yeah, knees, elbows.
Hell yeah. Well, we can move on from that just astounding first fight. So the second fight is not on this one because when Big Show made these fights, it was like kind of TBD for these, like the winners were yet to be announced, I believe. But this is Nathan Fletcher and the Lithuanian dude Ramaska. We were talking about it a little bit earlier, but Giz, what do you think about this fight here?
You know, in this fight, I'm thinking that Ramaska is the side I want to be on in this one because you got an aggressive dog who's coming in looking for the kill at all times. And then, you know, if I recall, Fletcher came in with staff, as I know you guys are probably chomping at the bit to get to.
Oh, yeah.
I surely was like, oh, yeah, because I already had a Ramaska plus 140 ticket in my pocket. So I was feeling great after that. But I definitely think that, you know, Fletcher is aggressive. Fletcher can definitely get some nice back takes. And Fletcher, he's definitely a nice prospect to keep your eye on. I think that they're probably going to both look good in this fight. And just like the Cody Gibson, Brad Katona fight, and they might just both end up getting contracts. But I think that this is dog or pass for sure.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that to me for betting. Joey, what do you think about this one?
I'm all over Ramaska. And one thing I did tell people, Ramaska was supposed to fight Santos, who's in the finale later on in the card. And they didn't clear him because he had a tough brawl in his first fight, in his Ultimate Fighter fight. And originally, he was my pick to win it. He's well-rounded. He's a brawler from hell. He has sneaky BJJ. And Fletcher's naturally a 35er who went up to 45 to get onto the show. So I do see Fletcher's potential going down to 35. But he's not the striker of Ramaska. Ramaska is going to come in with volume from hell. Could Ramaska get taken down? Possibly. Maybe that's Fletcher's real approach. He's going to try to close the distance, jump the back because he does have a good rear naked choke. But it to me is dog or pass. If you do play Fletcher, maybe play by submission possibly. But I think Ramaska might get him round 2 or round 3.
Hell yeah. Moiz, I'm going to bring Billy on here, but Moiz, what's up, Billy?
What up, 2 cents? What up, boys? How is everybody doing? Good luck to everybody's action this weekend. Thank you for the invite.
Appreciate it, dude.
From a different mother.
Yeah, thank you for grabbing the link, dude. We're right in the middle of talking Nathan Fletcher and I forget his first name, Ramaska, the Lithuanian Braj. Moiz, what do you think about this fight? You kind of talked about it before, but.
Well, I was initially on Fletcher because I've been following Fletcher for a long time. You know, but after watching some film and I came to the conclusion Ramaska is the side because if you look at Fletcher's defensive striking, it's not quite there. It's usually just one shot at a time. There's no, combinations. He only has the grappling upside here, and Ramaska is very aggressive. I do believe Fletcher is compromised. I do believe he'll gas out eventually, and Ramaska gets the round 3 finish.
Oh, shit. Billy, is there any love for Nathan Fletcher on this panel right now? Talk to us.
We got a sharp panel, man. I will say Nathan Fletcher, next generation Liverpool teammate of Patty the Batty. I will say the part that's scaring me about betting Ramaska is if you cannot grapple at a high level, it will get exposed. It will get exposed. Fletcher exposes motherfuckers that can't grapple. Like 7 out of his 8 pro wins are inside the distance. So he's done a good job of exposing people. But when he gets exposed is when he doesn't have this grappling advantage and he's striking at distance. And it's the same exact problem that everybody has in that camp. Yeah, the striking power looks good. The striking looks good, but the striking defense is dog shit. And the way Ramaska lands, I think the totals are correlated. This total's at 1.5. If you're on the over 1.5 and you think it's a lot, then you should be on the Ramasca side. But if you're on the unders in this one, I think you're on the Fletcher side.
It's all about the round one finish for the camp, except Molly
agree.
and Luke Riley. So
It all really comes down to what is Ramasca's wrestling like. On the film, it looked adequate, but it's
I would
hard
think
to
like more
gauge.
like what's his anti-grappling like? What is
Yeah,
his
what's the anti?
He has submission
like?
wins.
Fletcher's not a like a Khabib style type wrestler. He's more of a submission grappler and do some funky shit. Like if you stay with him on the ground and start doing some rollovers and shit like that, you would have to be a BJJ black belt or of a level of grappling to get out of it. Like Offley on the show, he's like a grappling coach or whatever. So like he knew what to do and stuff like that. But that's like a prime example, bro. I bet on AJ. I said AJ Fletcher. I bet on Nate Fletcher before in his Cage Warriors bantamweight title fight years ago, like 2-3 years ago. He was like minus 500 and he got his ass beaten. I feel like that's like the story of him. Like he didn't win the Cage Warriors bantamweight title during a very, very easy time. Like there was no Colin Lafrens of the divisions and shit like that, and he still couldn't win. So like I'm kind of out of him, bro. He gives me fraud vibes.
And let me guess. Nathan Fletcher was the last leg of the parlay, right? So he destroyed.
He was actually. I had the Patty to Batty teammate parlay. Adam Cole goes in there. He's fucking swinging bombs. He's going to be in the UFC very shortly. He knocked the dude out, and I'm giddied up. I'm happy. Like you said, the parlay. I'm counting my money. I'm looking at other bets. And what happens? He smokes, dude. And this dude's a jobber. Like, he's not the worst of the jobbers, but he's a black jobber, bro. Like, the dude was
9-7.
9-7, bro. Went out there and took the best of the best in the first round. He doesn't change the game plan at all and ends up getting knocked out in the third round. Like Patty and Molly are sitting cage side, and that moment will never leave my memory ever in my brain. And ever since then, bro, Nathan Fletcher fraud.
So yeah, I have nothing. I want nothing to do with this fight. Just like a lot of the fights on this card, like I'm just happy to pass on so many of these spots. It feels like everybody's on Ramasca, but I'd be lying if I said that I didn't feel like he was the side two after watching tape. I just think he's the better striker, and like Moiz was saying, he's aggressive, dude. I think he's gonna fucking knock Nathan Fletcher out. Like,
I also think Joey hit the nail in the coffin about Nathan Fletcher is not a 145er at all.
No, he's a natural 35er.
He's not even that big of a 35er.
No.
Right. Well, we talked about this fight for too long anyway. Did everybody go? Joe, did you go?
Yeah, I went.
Okay. I think everybody touched on that one. We lost Gibbs, but there he is. All right, he's back. There he is. So we can move on to Cavalcante and Nunes. Another one where it seems like the dog is live, but I'm on the other side and I'm just passing again, man. Like all my action is starting on these next couple few fights. But yeah, I want nothing to do with it, man. Like I think Cavalcante wins. She seems like bigger, more well-rounded. I don't know, man. Like Nunes is live to maybe Clipper or something, but I feel like Cavalcante is the side they're kind of trying to push, and I just feel like I'm gonna pick her. But it's nothing that I'm betting. But whoever wants to go first can, man. We got a big panel now, so it's just whoever wants to jump in and just make sure everybody goes.
I'll just say Cavalcante by decision. Footwork, volume, straighter shots. Nunes only has that overhand right, so it will be live round one. But after round one, Cavalcante will most likely manage this distance and cruise to a victory.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not touching the fight, but if I was to be a degenerate, I'll probably say Cavalcante by decision.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking here too. This is a definition of a puncher's chance. Can Nunes close the distance and land it? Yeah, because we've never seen Cavalcante face a puncher like this. She was getting pieced up in her debut, so hey, but I'm not betting it. But I'm gonna go Cavalcante, but it's definitely a stay away.
Hell yeah! What do you think, Billy?
I actually like Cavalcante a lot this weekend. For a second, I thought Chelsea Chandler was good at MMA because that's how bad Josiane Nunes is. I like Cavalcante a lot. I mean, like her UFC debut was definitely not the best of situations. She was in Paris, fighting half across the country, enemy territory, and she went out there and she looked good, man. I think this is a more an adequate level type of competition. I had to re-look at it, everything, and to be honest with you, with the price tags on the card and shit like that, Cavalcante is really not that bad of a price tag. I don't think Josiane Nunes is of the level of the UFC.
Oh,
That's
she's not.
That's kind of what I think too. It kind of seems like they're like setting Cavalcante like, okay, here's this chick that's got a few fights. You know, she can maybe give you a little scare here and there, but you can take care of her kind of deal. That's what
Her debut was harder, in my opinion. Granted, like far as Zion doesn't have the same punching power as Josiane Nunes, but she has way more well-roundedness in cardio.
And look who Nunes fought though. Nunes fought trash cans in the entire UFC, and then she lost to Chelsea Chandler.
Dude, that Chandler fight was a fucking big red flag to me, man. Like, no offense, Joey. I know sure.
Look, he's on my blacklist. So
oh yeah, I forgot. She's
athleticism advantage, and she still lost that fight. Like she made Chelsea Chandler look like she was good.
And that's what convinced me. And then Chelsea Chandler went back to reality.
She did show great good defensive guard versus Chandler. So she it wasn't that easy to control and try to pass a guard.
It was just weird though that she got unanimous decision. The fight wasn't really that close, and she was 10 times faster than the girl. Like it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
And I don't think that same speed advantage is going to be there in this fight. Like I think Cavalcante is going to be faster than Nunes. It's just Nunes has the power advantage. But like
Cavalcante seems like she's like bigger though. Like she's
way fucking bigger.
Like she's going to be stronger and like I don't know, man. But we like another fight we talked about for too long. Borschev and Yantop. I'm pretty fucking excited for this fight because I think both of these dudes are just going to stand there in the phone booth and fucking slug it out. I actually think that this is kind of. I'm not going to say it's not really a buy low spot for Slava, but I think it's a kind of a get right spot for him. I think a lot of people are like, I feel, present company excluded. From what I've heard and seen from a lot of, especially some of the big shot cappers, is like, it kind of just seems like a fade on Slava. And I haven't seen anyone that Yantop has fought that is nearly as dangerous as fucking Slava Claus. And I've got a feeling that Slava Claus is going to knock this motherfucker into the next galaxy. But I certainly understand wanting to like fade him. Like Yantop is a good striker. He's young. He seems to be durable, and he's bigger. Like he's a pretty fucking big dude. So like I get it. I get not wanting to bet Slava, but I don't know. I just got a feeling he knocks him out. So I'm picking Slava by knockout, but I can't bet it, man. Like Slava has let me down too many times, and like I want to see the dude win. I think he wins, but I just can't put my money in front of it. And don't blame anyone for taking a shot on Yantop, but that's what I think.
Yep. A lot of these capper faggots, they
Oh shit!
talk about experts in chins and Boroslev. He has a weak chin and he's chinny and Chase Hooper and stuff like that. But Chase Hooper is a takedown threat there. So what happened? Boroslev has to lower his guard, and then what happens? All that surface area, all that headspace is available for getting clean punched in the head.
I think it's a little of both. I don't think Slava has the best chin, but I think Chase Hooper is like is getting better and stronger, and he's like his striking.
Yeah, but there's no way Chase Hooper should be clipping you on the fucking feet as you being a professional kickboxer, because it says submission on the record, but he was getting clipped the whole fight, bro. He was getting
hit with straight shots.
Yeah, but again, takedown threat, it opens up the headshots. That's unfortunately that's the reality. In this case against Liontop, it won't be the case. Round 2, he'll knock him out. And James is going to fly back to Bolivia or whatever he is from. Sad, lonely. Let's go.
Somebody give us some Yantop love, man. Somebody make the case for Yantop.
I will, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Slava calls 1-3-1. Get the fuck out of here. You're getting mollywopped across the cage by Chase Hooper.
By a pure
I don't give a
grappler.
fuck what anyone says. Like watching that fight back, bro. Chase Hooper, granted, he had to put his guard down, all that. I hear you. But there's no way Chase Hooper should be mollywopping you across the cage with a left hand, right hand combination. It was like an astonishment because it's not even like Chase Hooper throws that fast.
No, you saw that. No, you saw that.
Look at Line Tops. Look at Line Tops Instagram. Hot take of the week. One of my biggest hot takes of the week. Look at Line Top's Instagram. He's working on the hooks. He's working on the grappling. The Dana White Contender Series fight when he fought that dude Malik Lewis. Everybody thought he was going to knock the fucking dude out. What did he do? He actually fucking wrestled. I think he's going to wrestle here, bro, or mix in the wrestling enough to win a decision.
What do you think, Ids?
Yeah. Sorry for Slavic Claus. This is not December. He's getting knocked out tonight.
Great.
All right, so
I gotta go Yon Top, man. I gotta go younger, fresher fighter. I just thinking this, and I went to the card, that St. Louis card, and I watched Chase Hooper outbox Slavic Claus when it was on the feet because every fight starts standing, and Chase Hooper got to his spot so quick, and that was just one of the best dog tags I've ever cast. And man, I think we're just watching the decline of Slava. Can Slava come in here and show the young bull that he's not ready for Showtime? Yes, he can, because I also watched James Padilla come in and, ruin the debut for him. And,
sleep on Taco, though, man. Them West Coast boys out there was all ready for that shit.
That's a guy who absolutely be keeping my eye on. But, I think Yon Tops is going to come in here, definitely box up and kick that leg because, Slava Claus has shown a deficiency to check leg kicks. I just feel like it's probably like Moiz said, it is going to be round 2, but not for Slava.
God.
I'm fading Slava off of another little.
Joey, break the tie here, brother.
They're talking about his
you
fucking
might
house.
break this tie. This was one fight I did talk with Billy for a while on before I know he made him his bet, and he told me to go back to watch the fight. And I watch other fights. He does get hit with straight shots. I gotta go with my boy Billy. I gotta go with my boy Lion Top. I'm trying to think if I'm gonna place the bet or not, because I don't know. But if I do, I'm probably going to do just Lion Top on the money line.
Oh, I get
Slava out the parlays, bro.
I would never recommend parlaying Slava. Billy, I thought about it this week when we were on the podcast, dude, and I was like, no, I can't do that, man. I'm not. I'll put myself out there to look stupid, but I don't think I can do it here, man. Like,
my first look, though, I thought he was going to knock him out, but then actually, like, looking into the layers of the fight, this looks like a parlay shitter on the card.
So shout out to my dude Aaron the Dog. He's in the chat right now, but definitely check out his channel and the breakdown show. But yeah, Yon Top is is the second leg of the Zhang Li parlay that's hit like 6 or 7 times this year. So for that reason, yeah, I'll be rooting for Yon Top.
Minus 500 to plus 2, damn near plus 200 your next fight, bro. That's a market deficiency.
Yeah.
So I love it, man. That was a great breakdown, gentlemen. And panel's kind of split, man. But I'm wishing all the Yon Top backers best of luck. And of course, I'm a little vested in the Yon Top side. Somebody's getting knocked out though. I think one of them getting chinned. But I'm excited for that fight, dude. I think that's a great fucking fight. Shout out to the 9 people in the building, and we can press on. What is the next fight we got here? It is Zach Reese and Jose Medina. Lord have mercy, boys. God bless it. Well, I will go ahead and put myself out there. I'm on Jose Medina. I bet Jose Medina early this week. I understand why Zach Reese is the favorite. He probably knocks him out like 6 to 7 times out of 10, but at plus 360, like, yeah, my dumbass fucking, took a little fucking flyer on it. He's my underdog this week. I bet him before a lot of that, some of the other big shot cappers that I've seen on Medina. So I hope I'm not fucking cursed here. Chief Red X cursed here, but
cursed male.
Oh God, I know. But yeah, give me Medina to weather a storm. And it's not that I'm certain that Zach Reese is going to gas out. He hasn't gone the distance that many times, and the one time he did, he got his fucking ass whooped by Kevin Holland in the amateurs. So, yeah, give me Medina here. He looks like he's taking it a little bit more seriously. He lost a bunch of weight, and I'll say he's still fucking tough. Weathers a storm and gets an attritional TKO or maybe a late gassed out Reese submission. But I get it. It just feels like dogger pass to me. So whoever wants to go next can, man. But I think this fight's a little bit closer than the line indicates.
I'm going to go ahead and hop in here. I just think this fight's pretty binary. I think either Medina weathers the storm, like 2 cents had elaborated, or Zach Reese starches this dude. And I got to go with Zach Reese. If Medina's super tough, if you put Medina in front of Julian Marquez, I would be expecting a big payout on Medina, him probably being a dog. So, 100%. So I'm just like, okay. But I just think here, man, the jiu-jitsu side's on the Reese side. We definitely haven't seen him go the distance, but I feel like, they're probably gonna, they're gonna get in some exchanges. And I just think that Medina probably is gonna get caught because when I was watching him, he's shown that.
Raggy.
Dang. Gibbs 2, D2.
You was spitting that shit, too.
Dude, bro. I know, dude. Right when he was
really
getting the good shit,
like,
the audio went out. There
Yo,
he is.
what y'all hear last?
Fuck. It was you were talking about Zach Reese, and he probably gonna starch Medina. And then go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
well, yeah, I feel like Medina, he's just shown he's been kind of irresponsible defensively on the feet too many times in the regional scenes. Like Shen said, man, I do not feel, any way for anybody back in the dog here because he's super tough, super gritty. And I think that after the second round, I will surely have him be looking out for that live tag. But we'll see, man.
Yeah. What do you think, Billy?
This is one that kind of just gets chalked up to the script here. Zach Reese is probably going to lose eventually in his career. He's not that good. He's only has 12 minutes of cage time, but he's definitely going to win this fight. Me and Big Show were doing some deep research into this as well. One of the biggest investors ever into the UFC in the early era was Kobe Bryant. In today's National Kobe Bryant Day, RIP 8/24/24, and his estimate of investment was enough to put the UFC over in a very bad era of the UFC because him and Dana White were gambling buddies or whatever. And if Zachary Reese wins this fight, he will move to 8-1. I think he's definitely going to probably win this one, probably via club and sub. So I like the submission round 1 or 2 at plus 260. Medina lost a lot of weight, but he ain't losing enough because he was talking about that he's going down to 185 after this. So
170.
He's going lower than this. So I think he gets smoked here.
Lord have fucking mercy. Joey, what do you think?
So this is why, I hope I was going to go in front of Billy because he damn near took everything I was going to fucking say. God damn it, Bill. So pretty much I'll just break it down. I wouldn't be shocked. I'll give it to Medina. He has good straight boxing. He has sneaky little power. I think Reese is going to close the distance, get a takedown, and I'm actually leaning the sub. The sub by itself is plus 175. I may even play the sub by round 1. I don't know what the odds on that is, but I may sprinkle that.
Nice. Moiz, did you go on this one? What do you think happens here?
Medina, round 3 KO.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Plus 5,000. Let's go. I don't trust this Zach Reese guy.
I don't trust him either, my God.
He's the art.
As Billy said, Medina's talking about dropping down to 170.
Sure. But
Zach Reese will lose. It's just
he will.
He already did. He already got slammed into the next fucking galaxy.
To be honest with you, I would say a positive and a negative for him is he must have the most meme finishes of him winning and losing. Losing, that was a meme finish, and a lot of his arm bars are meme ass arm bars.
It looks like
I can easily see him clipping him. Medina, clipping Medina because Medina's really hard to knock out, so he's gonna have to submit him.
Yeah, he's a tough mother trucker, man. Yeah, Medina's a tough son of a bitch,
Carlos,
and that's
Carlos Diegos Ferreira, round 3, cashed. Magny, round 3 versus Malot, cashed. Mike
Yeah,
Breeden, round
but
3. Mike Breeden, round 3 versus Anshul Jubilee's gas station, cashed.
God, are you trying to
Rick
give me
Vance,
PTSD, dude?
how
Are
Rick,
does
you
this
trying to give me
dude win
traumatic
though?
flashbacks?
How does this dude win though? He has no actual
well,
skills.
Reese
He's
is very,
tough.
he's
He's
front
tough, and he
loaded.
has good cardio.
Yeah, he's
Stop
front
it,
loaded.
bro. My thing
Fast.
So
is, it's like
yeah, of
the
course
cardio
I'm betting
argument.
and
One
hoping that
thing,
like Reese fades. Like I'm that's what I'm betting on. That like he'll weather a storm and he'll just be fucking tough and won't go away and Reese will just kind of crumble.
Yeah.
But that's obviously what I'm hoping on.
Like,
And
my
like
I
it,
have to
argument for
project
the
it.
like
cardio
Noah said. Noah
is
said
he
it
could
best.
definitely beat his ass in round 1 and then kind of just beat him up in round 2 and then kind of start fading at the back end of round 2 and just be up 2 rounds.
He could totally.
Yeah, Noah said it best. Zach Reese is a racist.
Who
500,
gives?
500 years ago, he was the
Yeah,
captain of
he's a
We're betting
racist
on a
piece
fight
of
that
he's a
probably
racist piece
won't
of
even
shit.
go
And he's gonna
5.
get knocked the fuck out too. I love it. Let's go. No, I was playing. It kind of feels like Medina passed for me, but yeah, I took. But it's a half unit on Medina. I didn't bet multiple units on him like some people did. But I hope it comes through.
You
So
didn't you didn't bet 2 units like Clint.
no, I did not put 2 units. I put a half
don't be
unit
a
on
Clint.
Medina. So we'll see what fucking happens there, but hopefully I'm not cursed. So this one is kind of a late ad. Was Bazookia was he a late replacement for that other
No.
fight? Or am I
So
tripping?
Bazookia was originally supposed to fight Danny Silva. Danny Silva dropped.
That's what
and
it
then
was.
Franklin
Silva
Marshall
broke his
came in.
leg. Yeah, and then okay, and now we got Marshall. So I will just say I'm a Francis Marshall truther, and I'm not betting this, but I do like Francis Marshall here. I think he is the more well-rounded fighter. Bazookia is pretty decent on the feet. Like he's got a good left hook. Obviously, he fucking starched what's his fuck with it in the last one. But
Connor Matthews.
yeah, Matthews, thank you. But yeah, I think Marshall is a little bit better than Matthews, quite a bit better than Matthews. And I don't think that Bazookia is fucking Isaac Dolgarian with the wrestling, and like I don't think he's William Gomez with like the point fighting. So like, give me Marshall here. I don't think he's losing 3 in a row. I know it's short notice, so like I can't really back it or bet it. But Marshall is going to be the pick here. I'll say he wins a decision, maybe late TKO. But give me the fire Marshall here, boys. But whoever wants to go next can.
Marshall by decision. Takedowns and control time. That's it.
I'm torn on it personally. Marshall, the Jersey guy, Bazookia, New York with Sarah Longo. I was at the fight with Bazooka against Matthews, and it was somewhat close. First 2 rounds, Matthews looked decent. Round 1, Bazooka showed up round 2, and then round 3 got him. But a lot of people don't know Bazooka actually came up as a wrestler and then grew into his striking. I think the overall better wrestling is on Marshall offensively, but we have seen Marshall get taken down. But I'm not saying Bazooka is the Dolgarian of wrestling at all by any means. He might have more better pop in his hands. I just have a feeling this fight's probably going to go to decision. I don't even have a lean right now. I remember in my fight video, I picked Bazooka, but who knows? Like Marshall, he might be the stronger fighter. As TC said for another fight we're going to break down, I just see a split decision happening. And if I had to make a pick, I'll probably say Bazooka, but it wouldn't shock me if a split happens and Marshall wins with control time.
What do you think, Gibbs?
Yeah, so my guy literally just had the perfect breakdown. I'm literally thinking split decision, and I actually played it on Bet MGM. So I'm actually thinking it's going to be a greasy fight where, Bazooka is maybe winning minutes on the feet until he's getting control. But I mean, I see a finish. If there's a finish that happens, it's surely going to be on the Marshall side. So that would be a good decision. No bet. Probably Francis Marshall there probably. I'm thinking, in this fight, just, Bazooka, he's shown me that he doesn't really want it as much as these other fighters. Like, getting stopped by Jamal Emmers was a terrible look.
Yeah.
You know, and I just don't think that he's gonna last, you know, out of those guys in New York. He's just probably the worst coming out of there. I gotta go Francis
Nah,
Marshall.
DeJory is by
No,
far.
Jory's terrible.
Probably, yeah.
That's
I don't know, man.
What do you think, Billy?
To be honest with you, in my heart of heart, I think the wrong fighter's favored. You got Dennis, who's on a full camp, about to fight Danny Silva. And then you got Francis Marshall, who left Jersey and is down at American Top Team. So I don't know how that all factors.
Wait, in Florida?
Yeah, down there in
I
Florida.
mean, that's a
That
good
he
camp.
definitely leveled up. If you went to
Yeah.
American Top Team, you definitely have leveled up because
Yeah, he's been grappling with like Dawson and them.
yeah, they got a good little routine out there that they got going on. Like they ain't playing around. They're definitely trying to get better down there and trying to like revamp.
Seen the needle and the damage done.
So I'm kind of with Joey was spot on with the Dennis really on the regional scene. He was really grappling these motherfuckers and submitting them, and that's how he was winning these fights. And then as the competition got better, he had to get his striking up, and now his striking has like leveled up a little bit. But he's gonna need to use his defensive wrestling. I think the wrong fighter's favored. There's a little bit of value in Dennis Bazooka, but I don't like betting on fighters that bet on their fights. So
Exactly.
I'm off of it.
I just feel like if Francis Marshall, he knew coming off a 2-fight losing streak, he wouldn't come in and risk his UFC tenure, you know. So I think he's seen
That's
some
a good point.
kid.
Good point.
That's a good point.
I respect that.
Hell yeah. Did everybody go there?
I believe so.
Cool. All right. Well, we can press forward. Good shit. We're for a 5-man panel. We're cruising through this car, boys. Good shit, man. I want to thank everybody again for joining me, and shout out to everybody in the chat too, man. Make sure y'all smash the like button if you have not already. Okay, this one seems like another real like binary fight to me. Shabazian and Gerald Mearshart. Now, I am a Shabazian donk. Like, I like to back the dude when I can. I was very confident in him knocking AJ Dobson the fuck out last time. I think he's going to knock Gerald Mearshart the fuck out, but the reason I say it's binary, it's like, I've been talking about this all week on multiple panels. Like, this is the kind of fight where Edmund has lost this kind of fight before, but on the other side, so is Mearshart. Like, he's been starched multiple times in the first rounds by dudes that start like hot, like Shabazian does. So like, I could see that, dude. I could see it, like Gerald just getting sparked, and that is my pick. But like, if he doesn't, like Shabazian can get tired. Like I just don't think Mearshart is necessarily like the kind of fighter that, like, he's not the kind of guy that's been gassing Shabazian out and finishing him. He's just not that kind of wrestler. So I just like, if they're on the feet for any extended amount of time, I think the Golden Boy is gonna fucking smoke him. So give me Shabazian here. I thought about maybe putting him in my parlay. I'm pretty sure. Shout out to my dude Big Show. He's in the chat there. Well, I think he is Big Show's leg, if I'm not mistaken. So. I think he is. So yeah, I think Shabazian wins. I think he knocks out GM3. GM3 is just such a slow starter, man. He's just fucking slow, period. So yeah, give me the Golden Boy, but I get it, man. Like, there's certainly a universe where GM3 can win this fight. Like, he did it to Murdov, he did it to Bruno Silva. So we'll see, man. But we will start with, how about Billy? You want to go first on this one?
I kind of agree with everything that you just said, bro. I'm big Edmund Shabazian truther like you. He's only 26 years old, but probably have yet to see the best of him. Like, yeah, he's lost these type of spots before, but I also don't think GM3 moves the same exact way that he once used to. If you're losing decisions to Andre Pechersky, I definitely think Shabazian could definitely win this fight by decision. That's in that like plus 800, but probably going to do like a little ladder on this fight, like an over 1.5. Shabazian by knockout or decision, and then Shabazian by decision that try to hope to cash all 3 or cash 2 out of the 3, because GM3 is a slow starter, so and I don't think Shabazian is just going to rush him forward and try to get taken down in this fight. So he might chill at range, because if you're Shabazian,
fuck it, I'm sitting that range and just pot shotting the shit out of this guy. This dude has no chance to stand in that range with me. The dumbass way that he gets taken down is by going forward, crashing in the pocket, and then end up getting taken down by like a blast double leg. So like, I think it's probably going to be Shabazian in the late rounds.
Moiz, talk to me.
It's either a Shabazian round 1 or GM3 round 3. It's as simple as that.
Gibbs, what's the action?
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking Edmund Shabazian here. We've seen Gerald Mearshart lose these battles a lot. And, we've seen Mr. Edmund Shabazian get melted by the same type of style. Imavov, so,
Yep.
but one thing that I just cannot get out of my head was the Joe Pyfer, Gerald Mearshart. That was the closest thing to a UFC dive that I can remember. Yeah. So, I'm going like I got my Moy said. I'm definitely thinking first round Edmund Shabazian, but there's absolutely a world where Edmund Shabazian doesn't get his finish because Joe Mearshart's striking defense, is actually kind of underrated, man. He got some good little head movement, so I would have to give it to Shabazian though. But a fight that I'm probably staying away from the money line, but violence. Somebody's getting your game off, and someone's getting a performance bonus here.
Yeah, I like it. What do you think, Joey?
So I also am gonna probably be on Shabazian. If anything, I do. If you think the fight goes under 1.5, it's probably Shabazian starching Mearshart. If you think it's over 1.5, and if you're a degenerate, a potential live bet on Mearshart's probably not a bad look. But I am actually curious what Shabazian's game plan is going to be. Yes, he's had a good camp at Extreme Couture, and if everyone knows, Extreme Couture is a camp with wrestlers in it. So we can only hope that his overall takedown offense is getting better. So, and hopefully he doesn't rush, because if he does rush, is there a chance he can knock him out? Absolutely. But there's also a chance where Mearshart could try to get a body lock and pull guard, and then everyone's going to be sweating bullets like, what the fuck?
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to pull a Billy on this one. I actually don't mind maybe a round 2, possibly round 3 for Shabazian. I want to see if he comes in maybe with a more patient approach, stays at bay, works his 1-2s. Maybe I'll be careful with kicks, maybe, but I'll just probably stick with the 1-2 straights. And maybe he can get like a later finish, or as Big Show stated, that plus 800. If you think Shabazian's more patient on his approach and just sticks at range, that plus 800 could be a great little ticket to cash on.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen a couple of people talk about that, and I don't hate it. Like, I guess it depends on Edmund's game plan. It just, to me, he's a dude that likes to come out and he doesn't waste any fucking time, and like that just seems like Mearshart's kryptonite. So that's kind of why I'm on Edmund. But yeah, I mean, if he does stay patient, like, he's actually a pretty good offensive wrestler, and he's got a good jab. He could just, do that and just kind of like, just pepper him with 1-2s and work behind the broomstick and just fucking win a decision. But yeah, I think it's Edmund by knockout personally. Moiz says GM3 lock round 3. What is that, Moiz? What's that paying? Plus 7,000 or something.
Nah, plus 1,600, I think, around
Nice.
there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, we're moving from a pretty good fight to another one that I'm excited about, man. Another one where I guess you can, like, the dog kind of seems live, sort of, but I'm on the other side. It seems like it's happening a lot on this card, dude. Like, I just like, yeah, the dog seems live with the number, but I'm not fucking betting it. It's Morales and Neil Magny. I have parlayed Michael Morales along with Billy and Joey, I believe, and the other gentleman on the Locker Room Talk podcast. Shout out to the homies. Big Show's in the chat as well. And Mills was on here last week. Good to see Mills on panel as always. Yeah, I think it's Michael Morales season. The big number I get on Magny, I've cashed with Neil Magny as an underdog before. I think I did it in his last fight against Mike Malott, dude. But like, Michael Morales is just, he's younger than Mike Malott. I think he hits harder. And I just think he's going to be faster, dude. And like, I've just seen Neil Magny chewed up too many times by like fighters that hit hard and like are faster than him. And like, he has like Neil Magny's got a crazy reach. It's like 80 inches, but like Morales is like 79. So I think there's like, he's not quite as undersized as some of his other opponents have been. And like, I just think Morales knocks him the fuck out. In fact, not only did I parlay him, he was the core. So Morales and another fighter are the core of the
Locker room.
parlay that like me and the rest of the homies on the Locker Room Talk podcast gave out this week. But I also did another bet with Morales. His knockout prop was like plus 175 on DK, and I parlayed that with another fighter to win by knockout to pretty much give me a winning night, and I didn't have to spend much at all. So, yeah, I like Morales. I like Morales by knockout. Gibbs, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm definitely going with Morales, and that is my lock of the night. Michael Morales is just a better fighter here, man. I think this is actually a spot where Magny's just outgunned here, man. Yeah, I will give Neil Magny that in his last outing. He had a great, phenomenal third round stoppage. But what was happening in round 1 and 2? He was getting his ass beat. He was getting taken down, controlled, and Mike Malott just could not find the finish. And he gassed out. He's Michael Morales. He could do that for 25 minutes. This kid is phenomenal. Maybe his striking defense. That's the only thing that scares me. But I think Neil Magny doesn't have the punching power to give Morales problems here. I'm going with Michael Morales, and that's my lock of the night, man. I'm going TKO probably second or third round.
Let's fucking go. Joey, what do you think?
So the crazy thing is, I've been a Neil Magny backer ever since that terrible season of Ultimate Fighter. That was one of the probably the worst seasons, but he came off it. It was to him, Sam Alvey, Max Griffin, Let Me Bang, Bro, Julian Lane, and everyone else. Lane. Let me bang, bro. But yeah, I've been a backer of Neil Magny for a long time, and I did a video on Thursday. My boy said if I did pick Neil Magny, he'd come from the West Coast and smack the living shit out of me. I really don't need that right now. So I'm also been on Morales. I had him as a dog pick on the Contender Series, and he won that when he was like 20, 21 years old.
Right.
And I stick to my guys, dude. Like, yes, they're both my dudes, but Morales' potential is up pop. It really is.
It's insane.
Like, could he knock out Magny? Yes. I know the last couple fights he's been going to decision. But here's the thing, though. I'm going to pull a line with what Billy said. Is he more Ian Gary or is he more old boy Mike Malott? Because I'll say this right now. He has better punching than Malott. The only thing I'll say Malott got on him is way better grappling. That's the damn thing I'll say. Because Morales showing better cardio. He has no problem staying in the clinch, going for takedowns. To me, if I had to play it, I know you could play a knockout decision props. That's why I'll probably lean towards the KO or decision. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have Morales. I'm confident in that one.
What do you think, Billy?
Yeah, church, man, church.
Hallelujah.
Church.
The hard part for me is how does he get it done? Because he could definitely just win a unanimous decision, and I wouldn't be shocked. But there's like multiple scenarios that can happen. He could leg kick the fuck out of Neil Magny in this fight, and the fight would probably not go to. I like the round props. Let's just say that I like round 2 plus 700, and I like round 3 plus 850 because I don't know what type of method of victory it's going to be. Because like Neil Magny just puts his neck out there to get subbed. I don't know how the submission would happen because it's not like Morales is out here shooting blast doubles and single legs up against the cage. It would probably be like a sub type of thing, but the submission's there. Like the submission's definitely there, and that would probably be the least path of resistance. But if it stays on the feet, probably just gonna like kick the shit out of Neil Magny.
Moiz, close this one out.
System play, cash big last time on Magny, round 3 versus Malott. This time he'll lose in round 3.
Nice.
Round 1, Morales is gonna kick the hell out of his lead leg. Round 2, start throwing punches to his face, and it will most likely force Neil Magny to engage in the grappling. Then in round 3, in the clinch, get the head and arm throw, and the modified Americana submission will be there. So
Nice,
round
dude.
3, round 3 submission plus 3,000. Let's go for
Damn.
Morales.
God bless America. Well, I'll be rooting for you. That'll be sick, man. That'll clear that Morales leg, no problem. All right, well, here we are, gents, to our the co-main event of the evening. This is your tough season 32 middleweight division finale. Robert Valentin and Ryan Loder.
Wait, did you skip a fight?
I am all over Robert Valentin. I have basically, I can't believe I've done this, but it's basically like Valentin or bust for me. All of my parlays and the plays that I've made, except for the Jose Medina bet, have Valentin in them. I think he is just going to be the better striker here, and it seems like Loder doesn't like getting hit, and I just don't think that Loder, he's just not like deadly enough to me, dude. I just don't think that yeah, Valentin gasses. He definitely does. Like he definitely over the 7-minute mark, like it's gonna get sketchy if Loder isn't out of there, but he's just like a lay and pray like kind of decisionator dude to me, like for the most part. I know that he's gotten some finishes recently, but I'm just saying, like in this fight, I don't know, man. I don't think he's gonna be the kind of dude to break Valentin. I think Valentin is gonna be the one to break him. I think Valentin is gonna knock this dude out fucking brutally. So yeah, give me Valentin. I did bet him. He was my leg of the parlay this week for the Locker Room Talk podcast. So there's that for me, and also I did this. This is my greasy little, like, I have not had a ton of success throwing darts this year, but this is my greasy little prop play. I did Morales and Valentin both by KO plus 1550. That'll be a nice little hit for me, and that will give me a winning night. And I didn't have to risk much. So that's my greasy little thing there. Valentin is in Aaron the Dog's John Lee parlay. So shout out to my dude Aaron. And he's also my leg of like I said, the Locker Room Talk podcast parlay. But speaking of that, Billy, what do you like here?
I'm a little bit nervous. I kind of I just want to watch the fight as a fan type of thing, where like I was really high on the under, and then as the week has gone along and I've watched more Ryan Loder, I actually think Ryan Loder might be better than Robert Valentin everywhere. It's just that Robert Valentin's the like way higher finishing upside early in the fight, but actual like skills and stuff like that. Like there's a scenario where Ryan Loder just wrestles this dude from pillar to post the whole entire fight, and it's not the most entertaining, but it's enough for him to win a decision.
Right on. Moiz, what do you think here?
Ryan Loder. I've been following Valentin a couple of years. It's the same story. 7.5 minutes. That's his range. After that, he falls off so hard, gasses so hard. So most likely, I will be playing the round 3 prop for Loder as well. Even though a decision is the most likely outcome, but you got to do what you got to do. So good luck betting on a guy whose win path is 7.5 minutes. So let's go.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 2 cents here. I'm definitely on the Ryan Loder side. This is the fight.
God damn it, boys! No, I'm just playing. It's all good.
This is probably the fight that I have the least amount of tape watched, but from what I've seen, I know Loder's probably the more boring fighter, and the UFC would probably be more willing to have Valentin on their roster. But I just think Ryan Loder's probably gonna be winning minutes here. The dogs usually bark in these Ultimate Fighters, so I just think that probably Ryan Loder's gonna probably win minutes round 1 and 2, and maybe Valentin, or maybe I'll probably say 1 and 3, and probably 2. Robert probably get his stuff together, but probably split decision. We'll see, man. But I think dog or pass here, man.
You can make the case that he's a boring wrestler, but you gotta remember he's also Uriah's boy, man. Uriah in the governor and shit like that. You know, Danny and Uriah boys, man. They go way back.
What do you think, Joey?
All right, so I'm gonna say one thing. Loder is, the U.S. good wrestler. He does have decent, good power in his hands. I don't know why, and Billy and probably everyone else is gonna know this. I'm honestly getting for Loder a slightly better Andrew Sanchez. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but that's the vibe I'm getting from him. And yes, Andrew Sanchez is a good wrestler, and yes, Loder's never lost. But look, I'm gonna tell you this right now. My man Valentine is a scary son of a bitch.
Tell him.
And I have him as my pick. I'm actually gonna play him by submission. And I think the wildness, Loder might be like, oh shit, I don't want no parts of this. I'm expecting him to shoot clean takedowns, but what I've seen, he's never fought a guy that can grapple. Yes, Loder holds guys for control. He can ground and pound. He has decent pop. But I'm worried that, what wrestler coach tell you, you never leave your head on the side during a grappling match, because if you do, there's a chance you can get rear naked choked. And that's my worry. I think there's a chance where Loder might get the takedown, but he might just leave his fucking neck out there.
He might get caught in a fucking guillotine, dude.
That's everything I'm leaning right now. I think I'm gonna end up playing Valentin by submission with another sub prop that we're gonna talk about in a little bit.
Hell yeah! I mean, Loder definitely doesn't like getting hit. But I get it. Like he could win the minutes. So I'll be hoping that the judges are valuing damage over control, because I think that Valentin will be doing most of the damage. Like he's been rocked a couple times, so like I could see Loder maybe hurting him, and I just think he'll, like, if they get into like an exchange and it gets hairy for Loder, he'll be the one that's like probably going to want to go to the takedowns. And I could see, that could be sneaky, Joey. So, hey man, Valentin, that happened in the last fight he was in? Like he got rocked.
Yeah,
like,
he got cracked.
Went in on the single, like, and then hit that crazy fucking armbar, dude. That was a fucked up looking armbar.
It was weird because he head tossed him, and then he ended up grabbing the dude's arm, just putting it in between the legs. No arm, no hand. And he just started tweaking the arm. I was like, oh.
Yeah, he's
that's standard judo armbar. So it's Kyla Harrison does that all the time. So.
Nice. Well, I think that's going to be. I think this is probably. I mean, not probably. It is the fucking tough finale fight I'm looking forward to the most, and it's the one I'm most invested in, obviously. So, honestly, I think this right here, this Loder and Valentin fight should be the co-main, but this is the co-main we got. Angie and Tabby. I mean, neither one of them are worse to look at. Like, they're both kind of easy on the eyes to me, at least. I flipped a coin here, which means it's an automatic pass for me. I don't like, if I do flip a coin, it means it's an automatic no bet. But it said Tabitha Ricci, so that's what I'm going with. And shout out to my dude Noah Allen, the founder of the fatter ass theory. It is dictated that Ricci wins as well, so hopefully that bodes well for us. But I don't know, man. I can see the case for Angie winning. I think she might be the better striker, and she's been kind of having a second run here. But I don't know, man. It's not one I feel like super strong about. What do you think, Gibbs?
I'm definitely thinking Angela Hill here, man. The level of competition is just through the roof. I know that Ricci fought Manny Fioro, but what happened in that fight? So
she got lit up like a tree.
That's what I'm saying. So Angie Hill, man, I went back to one of the last fights that I've watched on this card was Amanda Lemos and Angela Hill. Man, Angela Hill won that fight, folks.
Yeah.
And it was quite tough to watch. And I feel like Tabitha Ricci would get smoked by Lemos. So I just think that this is a fight where I don't understand the line movement because man, on a lot of books, Ricci's the favorite now. You can double your bank account on Angela Hill right now. I'm not betting all my money, but I will be betting probably at least probably a shitty car on Angela Hill. That's for sure.
Right on. Let's see. Moiz. Talk to me.
Angie, when will those clouds all disappear? I don't know, man. I have no idea.
Angel.
Angie, you beautiful. Um, here's the issue, right? Richie, her striking is improving every fight despite her significant strike accuracy is not that good. Second, she is younger. Third, she has the grappling upside. For Angela, she has the footwork and the volume. So it's a horrible, horrible fight to predict because it's a split decision territory. So I'm passing.
Pause. Totally. Joey, what do you think?
So, yeah, like I hope Angela Hill. She's another person that came off tough in that all-female season. She's easily the better striker. Her takedown defense has improved tremendously. Richie. She's one of those young fighters, and I know she trains with and is dating that one Irish boxer. So maybe they're sharing boxing coaching. So hopefully, if that's the case, and hopefully Richie's striking does come along. And, we talk about the big booty theory. If you watch the face-off, Angela Hill did drop her pants, too. So, I was like, oh, shit, double cheeks. All right, I'm down for that.
Yeah, Angie's not a lot. She's not a long back either, man. She got a little booty bump. Yeah.
But this is a fight I'm probably going to stay away from. If Richie can get the takedowns, then it can be like, oh, shit, we might get like a split. But whoever's game plan does get together – in my video, I picked Hill, but I'm not having the most confidence on this fight at all. And I'm just going to probably go to the bathroom during this fight.
Golly. All right, Billy. Angie or Baby Shark? What do you think, brother?
Baby Shark, do, 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 Baby Shark, do, do, Baby Shark.
Faggy song.
MMA bros and the MMA stat bros are going to be pissed with this one.
That's such a faggy song.
Well, all I'm going to say is, boys, you haven't fucked enough milfs in your life if you haven't heard
I have.
Yeah, I'm a virgin. Yeah.
Banger. It's a banger, in my opinion. Banger.
Yeah. One thing before we move on, one thing that does scare me is, like I said, I did go to the St. Louis event, and I thought that Tisha Pennington won that fight. But I was like, wow, the judges gave it to to Ricci. And then I felt like Luby Godinez beat Ricci, and then Tabitha Ricci won that one. So I feel like we got a spot where one chick, they love the booty on Ricci and they're going for Ricci. And then I don't know how the judges got mad at Angie. So I think that I might be fucked at the end of the night because, we do be seeing robberies. But yeah, I do digress.
Hey, TC, before we get to the main event, I think we may have skipped a fight.
We did skip a fight.
Santos and the other Ultimate Fighter fight.
Oh, yeah.
We sure did. Yep, sure did.
I just realized
that. You know what? It was because why? It's because when I made these banners the other day, they
weren't official.
No, you know what? We didn't. I'm not even going to blame it on that. I just went straight. I just skipped straight the fuck over it. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. Did everyone give their take on this fight before we move on? Everybody go. Okay. All right. Well, let's go back to that one that we missed. Thanks again, Joey. Appreciate that.
Yes,
so Santos and Marion Santos versus Con Ofley. Billy, why don't you kick this one off?
Yeah, this is one where I really like Marion Santos a lot here. I think he's going to be Con Ofley by I think he wins. It's like, my confidence is high, but I also think he just wins the decision, if that makes sense. Him to win and fight to start round 2 is -115. That's definitely a bet that I'm looking at. It's rumored on the show that he was cutting 30-plus pounds.
Yeah, I heard that.
And then at the weigh-ins, when they put the fucking
the 1 foot,
the curtain up thing for him. He took his 1 foot off the scale.
He put 1 foot on
Take
the
the
fucking
weight,
scale.
bro. There's a huge difference of weight between these two because Offley's not the biggest 145er ever. He isn't cutting a whole lot of weight to make 145. And then the icing on the cake is me getting fucked up with Stuart Nickel, who was supposed to be the best person from the Hex organization. This is their 145 champ. I'm fading this motherfucker.
This is your get back here. Nice.
Roasted on Tuesday night with Finney. Fade. Huge fade.
Oh yeah. Joey, what do you think?
So I'll say this, and there was one fight I don't know why I watched 3 times in the matter of 2 days. Santos's fight versus Dan Argueta in LFA. But Dan Argueta is the more better wrestler, but in the positions I saw that he had Santos in, if he had any sort of like actual good BJJ, he would have submitted him. But he pretty much did time control, and then he ended up getting the TKO later on. Hopefully he's a dangerous grappler. Yes, he's undersized. I think just not by too much, but, the reach difference. That could be, if Santos can keep him at bay, he can just pop, and probably win a decision or maybe like a round 3 type of knockout possibly. But I'm on Hopefully. I really am. I think he's going to close the distance. I think he's – and if you saw in the first fight against Edrin Cooper, the wrestler, he had no problem getting to the back. But guess what? He didn't do shit with it. He was holding against the cage, barely punching, barely throwing any strikes. If you give Oakley that type of position, he's going to jump the back. He's going to try to put hooks in.
He was an All-American grappler, though.
Who?
Evan Cooper Jr. from Link.
Yeah, I know he didn't show no BJJ to me.
Nah, he just has
wrestler.
Yeah, he just likes the control and then
like wrestler, like college wrestler.
Yeah.
Like he was a big time college wrestler. Like his MMA game hasn't really won.
I think we may see him, down the road, maybe on Contender Series, maybe possibly. Who the hell knows?
Definitely. He's got to get off that. Got to get off the booze though.
Yeah, he was the Melvin Gillard, aka Julian Lane of the fucking show.
Yeah, bro, that shit does not look good. Bro.
No, it doesn't. And even his own teammate called him out because they're both.
Bro, he was looking fucked up on that show, bro.
It wasn't good. But yeah, I'm on Oakley. I think Oakley can get the back, and I'm actually gonna play Oakley by submission.
Nice. What do you think happens here, Gibbs?
Yeah, so I'm definitely thinking Santos is probably going to win this fight, man. Hopefully it's super tough. It's a reason that he's never been finished before. But, I dug in a little bit, not as much as all the other regular fights. But, I was watching this one fight. He was fighting this guy named Rod Costa, a 3-2 guy, a guy who he should probably, knock out. But, he was kind of piecing Oakley up a little bit. And if Santos is getting them same shots in the same spots, man, I think there's probably a world where 1 or 2 probably hits. Round 1 and 2 probably hits over 2 or 3 in round decision. Excuse me. I just think that, man, Santos is probably the more fundamentally better fighter here. But I think hopefully super tough here, and I don't blame anybody taking a dog shot here. But it probably favored a pass for me.
Well, I want to say one more thing before we get to the next person. You said the 3-2 fighter. Last time I believe that 3-2 fighter is now like 15-2.
That's true. Hey, that is very true.
And the only other guy he lost to was another good young upcoming fighter who's 8-0.
Right on. Good information. Appreciate it. Moiz, what do you think happens in this one?
You know what? I'm gonna side with my Turkish Muslim brother, Ofli Khan. Get it done by decision.
You Central Asian piece of
Let's go.
The fuck out of here, boys.
Shout out to Farrakhan, man. Farrakhan, Malcolm X, Khalid Muhammad. Let's go.
Plus, Santos is a cheater. He didn't put both feet on.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
that's one of my
Karma's
issues
a bitch.
with,
man, boys.
Because if he cheated on the scales, he'll most likely grab the cage, and Herb Dean, after the criticism from yesterday, he'll get a point deducted.
He didn't even make weight for his semifinal match. His opponent's like, yo, I still want to fight. If his opponent wanted to be a dick,
dude,
I'm not fighting him. I could have went to the finals.
Hey, Gibbs, dude, I love what you said about Santos and, the whole breakdown for this fight in general. I think Santos is going to knock this dude the fuck out. I tell you what, I watched Ofli tape, and he's tough. He's a good grappler, but, dude, he comes from the fucking Shannon Ross school of head movement. That motherfucker does not move his head. He has never met a punch that he did not like taking. That dude is a fucking walking KO loss waiting to happen. I think
Bro,
Santos is gonna fucking
facts, bro.
charge this motherfuckers. But yeah, like it's not something like hopefully I will give him this. He is pretty fucking tough. I could see a world where he gets rocked and just like gets the takedown. So I'm not gonna put my money in front of it, but I just got a feeling that Santos is gonna spark this motherfucker. But we'll see.
The Hex Organization 145 chant.
Yeah, there was one fight. Oh, dude, there was one fight where he like won the belt, and I just thought it was kind of a little bit of
Bro, all I got
robbery,
is
dude.
you're coming from the Hex Organization.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Santos is basically the Brazilian Kai Kamaka. So yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, dude, very, very, very controversial. So, Moiz, we have made it to the fucking main event, and we will for this final one, we will go in order that everyone jumped on the panel. So we will start with you, my friend. The main event: Caio Bahaio and Jared Cannonier.
I'm not fighting nerd, so Caio by decision. I think it's time for Cannonier to think about retirement as well. So he's been getting hurt lately, and his punches don't have the same pop anymore. And yeah, go back to Black Hebrew Israelite cult you belonged to in the past. Let's go.
All right, Gibbs, what do you think happens here?
Yeah, so I'm definitely rolling with Caio Borralho, man. I think that he's definitely gonna win this fight here. But what I will say is I am having a tough time figuring out what a win is gonna look like here. Is it gonna be a knockout? Because prior to Cannonier aging, we haven't seen him cluck too much, but we've seen him crack a couple times. Of course, he's been knocked out, but by Jordan, Sean, those guys. But it was when he was when he was a heavyweight. So I think somebody else had knocked him out. I'm trying to remember, but I'm just thinking, I was thinking Cannonier had a shot here, but the age of being 40 it's kind of scaring me here. I think this fight is a weird fight, and I'm actually pretty intrigued in this fight because I'm kind of intrigued in what the panel is going to say because I don't know a method of victory. Money line, Caio Borralho. I think Caio's going to have to use that fight nerd brain to win this one.
Yeah, I agree, man. Joey, what do you think, man?
All right, so I'm gonna make this easy. I'm gonna make this easy as shit for y'all. I think Borralho is gonna try to time. I think the fight could start a little bit slow. I don't think he's gonna try to get in the punching range too much because Cannonier does have power. But at one point, he's gonna get the back. He's gonna get Cannonier down, and I'm telling you, he's gonna be the first person to submit Cannonier. And I have Borralho as my flag. No, I'm telling you, I don't like how he.
Joey, listen.
You, watch.
No, Joey, listen, Joey.
Oh, I'm listening, Linda.
He's from MMA Lab. Their ground game is legit.
But he's not a fighting nerd, though.
Yeah, I trust.
I'm telling you, Borralho's going to get him down at some point. He's going to submit him.
Over the years, I've tried to bet the sub prop against the MMA Lab guys, but they're pretty good. Bautista and Casey Kenny and Vincent Henderson and this.
It would make it two straight. I was on a fighting nerd last week, and I said within the first 2 rounds, Prates was going to win by knockout, and now that looked like the easiest play for me.
Nice.
I don't like how after midway through the fight, Cannonier started to run versus Imavov. I didn't like seeing that shit. I'm sorry, you're not supposed to run. You're supposed to fight, my boy. And if he's gonna try to turn his back and leave his arm out like, hey, no, you can't, don't touch me, no. I think I'm telling you, bro, it might not be maybe not an actual takedown. He might jump the back and snatch that fucking neck. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sick.
Borralho's gonna submit him.
I'm also sick and tired of the the fighters running away because in the rule book it's either a point deduction or a disqualification.
Yeah,
it's considered timidity. Last night the little Korean boy was running away all fight, and somehow got the split decision over the Indian guy. So yeah,
we've seen it happen quite a bit here in the last couple of years. Honestly,
I mean, you do that shit in Muay Thai. The fight is over. You're done. In boxing, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, ref will stop you real quick in
Like
boxing.
Chelsea
doing that.
Chandler was running like a track star. I don't know how that fight didn't get stopped.
Yeah,
Or
that's
if the ref doesn't outright stop you in boxing, he'll just give you like a standing A count. Like if you turn your back again, I'm gonna stop it.
Yep.
But well, Billy, what do you think about this main event, man?
I'm actually about to tweet this out because I forgot to tweet this out. I left it as a draft. I like Kyle Burlow to win and fight to start round 2 as a
Nice.
prop because I actually really don't know how the fuck he gets it done. Like, I ain't trying to. There's like a.
What was the line on that? Sorry, before you get to it.
Minus 165.
Nice.
So basically, like we're open up at domestics. My thing is like I don't ever want to try to guess a method of victory with the camp that probably is way smarter than me. So I'm just around the money line, right? It's just
Fucking hilarious, dude.
Bingo.
That was a really funny way to put that. Yeah, I like it, man. So I mean, I think my action pretty much speaks for itself on this one. Kaio is he completes the core, man. He was the core for the Locker Room Talk podcast parlay this week, and now that we are here, now that we've made it through the whole card, I can unveil myself and my fellow podcast homies all our plays. So these are the parlays that we put out. We all agreed on Kaio and Morales. That's the core. And then, as you can see there, these are the individual legs that we added. As I said before, I'm on Valentine, but yeah, Big Show's on Shabazian, Mills is on Kong Wang, and Billy likes Zach Reese. So yeah, that's those are our the podcast parlays or whatever. But then I think that might be the only bet that I have for Kyle. But I think he wins, and like y'all broke it down pretty fucking well, man. Like there's not too much I can add. Like Cannonier is a pretty tough dude. Like I want to say he's like easy to knock out, but like he's now been knocked out at heavyweight, light heavyweight, and now middleweight. And it's not only that, like he's getting hurt more than that. Like he got dropped in the Whitaker fight. I could see Kyle maybe head kicking him. He got dropped by Brunson. I don't think that was a great look. But it's weird because he has like managed to hang tough and get wins against really good middleweight fighters. Like Vettori win was, you know, I was all over Vettori in that one, and like, I mean, Vettori did hurt him, so like that's not a great look. But I mean, he whooped Marvin's ass, man. Like, and if Marvin wasn't so fucking tough, he would got knocked the fuck out. So like, that is like I'm nervous. Like I'm on Kyle here, but yeah, Cannonier, he's live, but yeah, I don't like and it's not the first time that he's gotten cracked and kind of like jumped on his bike. He kind of did that against Reyes too. Like Reyes made him do the stanky leg, and then he kind of just like started, you know, running for it. But yeah, I just think it's going to be an age thing here, and I do like Kaio's like high fight IQ. Not he just seems to be a smart fighter, comes from a camp that like prioritizes like having a good game plan, and I think that yeah, he just finds a way to get it done. If it's going to be a lot of striking, he's going to go to the grappling. If it's going to be, you know, if Cannonier tries to mix it up, I think he'll like strike with him maybe a little more than Cannonier's expecting. So yeah, I think Kyle gets it done. But yeah, I'm nervous for it. I'm nervous for my Valentin bet. But I've felt more and more confident on Michael Morales as the week has gone on. But those are my main like spots, and then obviously Medina got a little something on him. But that's the whole car, boys. And
Funky
again, man,
Medina.
if anybody has any like final words on this last fight, we can. I mean, we don't have to like rush out of here, but you know, anything else y'all want to touch on, man, go for it.
No, man, just
the Joker to win, just max.
Yeah.
Just
put your mortgage on it.
All jokes aside, though, like whatever money you have in your bank account, just bet the money on.
Nice.
Yeah, next week. Is there a UFC card next week, or is
No, they take a break because of the holiday.
Okay.
Here,
yeah,
and
Labor Day.
then it comes back as Gilbert Burns, Sean Brady.
Yeah, man, I like that. I like the card. So see you in 2 weeks.
I like the main event. Card sucks.
Yeah, I like the main event. I haven't even checked out the whole card, but hey, think about this. There's no card the following week. This upcoming week for the holiday, but Tuesday, Dana White Contender Series. We still got action.
I was gonna say, man, reality set in that football season's back, and it's
Yep.
not just like I don't know. There's something about like when you lose a fight, it doesn't feel as bad as like when you lose another bet in a different sport.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, I don't have too much else to add. I think we covered everything pretty well. I'm excited, and dude, everyone that came through the chat today, y'all are the shit. I feel like I've seen Futon Bets before, but it's been a little while. But definitely good to see you back in the chat, man. A lot of the usual suspects, man. Y'all know who you are. Y'all are the shit. I mean, I think we just about covered it, man. Gibbs, you have any final words, dude? Thank you again for joining us, and you're welcome anytime, dude. I'll be dropping the link weekly in the Dome.
Let's go. Yeah, I was gonna say appreciate you for having me on, man. Good call. We covered a lot, got a lot of insight. That's pretty much it for me, man. I'm ready to enjoy this card.
Hell yeah, man. Best of luck to you. Thanks again, dude.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, man. You too. Joey T. Talk to him, Bubba. Any final words? Anything you want to plug? Just let them know.
So look, everyone tune in. Make sure to come into Pub Sports, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be talking about the whole card, going over our bets and plays, bullshit and having a good time. Tuesday, make sure you guys tune in there because we all been pretty good for the role for Contender Series. Shockingly, I didn't realize until just now the last 2 Contender Series cards for straight picks I'm 8-2. I didn't realize that.
You got hot.
But the only 2 ones I missed was the 2 bigger dogs in the card. And I was like, look, if I hit on one of those, I'm gonna hit one of those big dogs sooner or later. So if I lose off that, then I'm pretty happy with it. But you can definitely tune in on pubs. Tune in on pubs for Tuesday. We're gonna make shit popping. And look, we also got football back too. So we got sports on sports on sports, man.
Hell yeah. What do you got for him, Billy?
Check us out at the pub. You know what goes down. We about to go make some money on Kong Wang, and so you know how it's gonna go down. I'm only saying that because I'm just fucking around with some parlays and some props and shit. So it's just on my head.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thanks again, gentlemen. I'll be back next week doing this. So I'll drop y'all down and I will close this thing out. Do my little thing. All right. But yeah, appreciate it. Gibbs, like I said, man, you're welcome back anytime. I'll drop the link again in the Dome. And Joey and Billy, I will see you gents here very shortly.
Yes, sir.
Hope everyone can come through to the pub. And if not, man, see you next week. I'll be back. There you have it, gentlemen. Damn good show. Made good time, too. Got a little time to eat my dinner before I hop into the pub, man. But once again, I know I've been saying it, but thank you to everyone that came through. Join me on panel. Everyone that was in the chat. Y'all are the shit. Best of luck to everyone and your bets. Let me get my fucking branding right here. So that will just about do it. I'm going to head on over to the pub. Join me if you will. Once again, this is my slate for this week. It's nothing crazy, but every one of these plays, any single one of these plays hit, and I have a winning night. I try to set up my slates like that. I don't make it a bunch of bets. I set aside a certain amount of money that I'm going to bet for every card, and I make sure that the plays I do have, if any single one of them hit, that's my fucking night right there. So that's kind of how I did this slate as well. I'm on Medina. He's my big underdog this week. Right. Let's fucking go. Once again, shout out to the boys on the Locker Room Talk podcast. Make sure you check it out every Tuesday evening on Pub Sports Radio at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. These are all the parlays that myself and the boys made this week. I like Valentin myself. He's my leg. And that is for it says plus 157. That's for my bookie. I got on DK at plus 153, a little bit worse, but still gives me a winning night. And yeah, I made this one as well. This is my kind of like my prop parlay. Just a little something for fun. Also, shout out to my dude Aaron the dog in the chat earlier. I always tell the Jong Lee, I recommend you all doing the same. Very low risk, high reward play. And yeah, that's my slate. Not much, unit and a half. But best of luck to everyone. Thank you again to all my co-hosts this week, everyone that joined me on panel. We'll be back at it in 2 weeks. So there's a break next week, and then we'll be back. But yeah, good times. Thank you. Who are you? Fletcher Basomish. All right, I'm out of here. I hope you get all your picks right. And I hope you cash all your bets. And I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it in your stomach. I will. Bye.